Tonight, a life cut tragically short.
I am so very proud of my son for being such a wonderful human being. I love you, Daniel.
The emotional farewell to one-punch victim Daniel Christie. One person dead and homes lost as bushfires rage across Victoria and South Australia. An embarrassing apology after our Navy entered Indonesian waters. Disgraced former NRL player Ryan Tandy accused of kidnapping. And the Aussie teenagers taking the tennis world by storm.
This is 7 News at 6 with Mark Ferguson.
Good evening. The parents of coward punch victim Daniel Christie have asked people to honour their son by putting aside feelings of hate and revenge. The Governor-General was among hundreds of mourners who farewelled the 18-year-old today. Daniel was remembered as an outstanding young man.
For 17 days, Daniel Christie had been a headline. Today, surrounded by people who loved him in death.
Had his moments, but, you know, hopefully these young kids can show him how it's really done.
Matt Carmichael, 7 News.
They are a breath of fresh air. I'll be back later in sport with more from the Australian Open, and the Blues kick off their State of Origin preparations. Mark.
Good on you, Jim. We'll see you then. Thank you. Still to come in 7 News at 6, the most popular beaches for great white sharks. Our Aussie Oscar hopefuls Kate Blanchett chases her second gold statue. And a major milestone for SeaWorld's star attraction. That's next. Researchers tracking shark migration patterns have found hundreds of juvenile great whites are using the waters off Port Stephens as a feeding ground. But experts say swimmers shouldn't be alarmed because young great whites rarely attack humans.
From the heights of space to the depths of the ocean, a satellite is revealing the movements of endangered great white sharks off our coast.
It shows us that potentially the recovery plans that are in place are working.
By tagging sharks and...
The festival kicks off next Friday. Back to Jim Wilson at the Australian Open. And Jim, it's not over yet for the Aussies.
No way, Mark. We'll be cheering for Sam Stosur tonight. But coming up, the feel-good story just keeps getting better. 28-year-old wildcard Casey Dellacqua through to the 4th round. And Michael Clark on target, but England make a game of it at the Gabba.
Oh, it's hit. This sport update brought to you by Kia, major sponsor of the Australian Open.
Welcome back, everyone, to Melbourne Park, where a cool change has arrived ahead of tonight's 3rd round action at the Australian Open. The feel-good story of Casey Dellacqua continues. She's through to the round of 16. Fan favourite Lee Na survived a scare to advance, while Serena Williams won in straight sets, but it was Casey's day here at the Open.
40 degrees for a 4th straight day at Melbourne Park made even the basics hard. Getting a grip on conditions better than
he's played with. He's been great for Western Sydney. Can't wait for Sam Stosur tonight. It's a massive night on 7, and our coverage continues over the weekend. Day 6 action tomorrow morning, Fergo, from 10 o'clock. Shirt, tie, jacket back on. It's getting cooler.
Good on you, mate. Enjoy that change. Well done. SeaWorld's main attraction, Henry, the polar bear cub, is at risk of losing his star status to his mum. Leah no longer needs to constantly care for her young one and is certainly enjoying the free time.
SeaWorld's newborn isn't so little anymore. From 500 grams at birth, Henry is now 80 kilograms of high-energy polar bear cub. Frame will be longer in captivity. Playtime's not over for this pair yet. On the Gold Coast, Josh Adsett, 7 News.
Now here's Sarah with Sydney's weather.
Thank you, Mark. Well, it was a scorching summer's day here in Sydney, and western suburbs were again the hot spots. As the crippling heatwave continued, a bushfire in the Grampians in Western Victoria produced a spectacular pyrocumulonimbus cloud today. Pyro being a word for fire and cumulonimbus being a thunderstorm cloud. Now, these clouds basically generate their own weather systems. This one generated its own lightning strikes, which were picked up by the lightning tracker. Just extraordinary pictures there. Well, the temperature didn't dip below 21 degrees in Sydney overnight. Today was sunny and very warm. We hit 28 degrees at 1:30 this afternoon. It was 10 degrees hotter in Penrith, though, soaring to 38 degrees. Sunday will be fine with a little cloud around, slightly cooler, 27 for the city, 32 in the west.
Good on you, Sarah. Enjoy that weekend. After the break, Darren Hinch under arrest. See how his ultimate protest came to an end. The exclusive pictures are next.